We're getting ready to log into YouTube. They're still having technical difficulties. We have Commissioner Kane online.
Yes.
Commissioner, I just got the thumbs up, so we're ready to go.
Thank you. Well, welcome, everyone. It is the witching hour time for us to get started. So I want to, before I call the meeting to order, I want to announce that some committee members, staff, and the public are attending remotely via Zoom as well as on site. All participants joining by phone should mute their phones when not speaking to avoid background noise. During the meeting, please make sure that you announce yourself by name and title every time you speak so the public that is observing knows who is speaking. When speaking, be sure to speak directly into a microphone so that all comments are heard and the record of the meeting is accurate. This is critical given the number of remote participants and is current guidance from the Kansas Attorney General. The public is allowed to participate by Zoom or submit comments by email prior to the meeting, and those comments will be included in the record of this meeting. The public may indicate their intent to provide remote public comment by contacting the clerk's office by 5 p.m. the Thursday before the meeting. The public also will have an opportunity to provide brief comments either by telephone or via Zoom from the 5th floor conference room of the municipal office building. I will now call the meeting of the Public Works and Safety Standing Committee to order, and I would ask the clerk to please call roll.
Roll call. Henry?
Here.
Thank you. Lopez?
Here.
Burns?
Here.
Stites? Kane?
Here.
Burrows?
Here. Thank you, committee. We have a clerk. Are there any revisions to the agenda this evening?
There are no revisions for tonight's agenda.
And I do want to bring to the attention of the committee, there are no minutes for approval, so we'll move right on into the committee agenda. We do have one action item this evening, and it is a grant, Federal Emergency Management Agency assistance to our firefighters. This is the only item on the agenda this evening, and I would recognize Dennis Rubin, our fire chief, for comment.
Thank you so much, Commissioner, and as well as the other commissioners that are here this evening. Chief McLean and myself are representing the department, asking for your support to move this item to full commission. Essentially, the Federal Emergency Management Agency provides grants each year to all the United States Fire Department. With your support, we will submit our application. It is a total of $146,006. What that grant will specifically do will allow our fire department to continue down the path of becoming National Incident Management System compliance, which is a federal requirement, by using what's called the Blue Card Command Program. Several of our officers, about 25, I think, are currently registered and enrolled and are making progress. I think we have 5 or 6 that have been certified. Our goal is that everyone that would be in a leadership position, acting captain and above, would receive this training over the next year based on that grant, this grant. The grant requires a 10% match. That match will come out of existing training division funding. So, sir and ma'am, we're not asking for any additional money with this grant.
Great, Chief. Thank you. That's roughly around $14,600.
Yes, sir. The matching portion, it is, sir.
And it's within your budget.
Oh, yes, sir.
Great. Thank you. Does any member have any questions or comments?
Commissioner, can I just add real fast? It wasn't originally included in the agenda, but I've added a resolution. So once the vote is made, it would be a resolution to approve the application of the grant. It wasn't included in the original packet, but all of you have it on your tables.
We'll come back to that.
Okay.
No comments from the committee? Clerk, do we have anybody who comments received from the public?
No comments were received. No hands are raised online.
Okay. Anyone here care to speak to this? Let the record show no one step forward. Before we get to the motion to accept this, I'd ask our legal, will we need a different, will we need two votes for this resolution? One to approve the funding, or do you just, will it be included as we agree to the resolution?
It would be included. So if you're approving for the application, I also, and then if it moves forward to full commission and it's approved there, then it would also approve for the acceptance of the funding if the fire department wins the award.
Okay, because
May I add to that?
yes.
It'll be about October of 2024, and exactly as council says, we'll receive documentation from the Federal Emergency Management Agency. In that time, we will have to accept the grant or deny the grant. So there's another swing at the bat, if you will, but it'll be quite a delay until they're ready to make these awards, sir.
I just want a clarification that before we entertain a motion as to approving the grant, the 10% match, that's one point of action. The second point of action would be to approve the resolution. But if we're going to combine, if the resolution is inclusive of the $14,006, then we can only do it with one motion. That's the clarification I was trying to get to. $14,006. Right, I'd entertain a motion for approval of the resolution.
Bill Burns, District 2, move for approval.
Second that.
Stites second.
Okay. Thank you, commissioners. Appreciate that. We do have a motion and a second. Any other questions? Seeing none. Clerk, please call roll.
Roll call. Henry,
Aye.
Lopez,
Aye.
Burns,
Aye.
Stites,
Aye.
Kane,
Aye.
Burrows.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you. You're quite welcome. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate you all looking out for us. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our meeting this evening. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
We do have a motion to adjourn. Clerk, please call roll.
Roll call. Henry,
Aye.
Lopez,
Aye.
Burns,
Aye.
Stites,
Aye.
Kane,
Aye.
Burrows.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, committee. We now turn it over to the Chair of the Administration Human Services Standing Committee, Commissioner Bynum.
Thank you very much. We will move right into our second meeting. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Burrows. Welcome to Administration and Human Services for Monday, February 26, 2024. Before I call the meeting to order, I want to announce that some committee members, staff, and the public are attending remotely by Zoom or as well as on site. All participants joining by phone, please mute your phones when you're not speaking to avoid background noise. And during the meeting, make sure you announce yourself by name and title when you speak so that the public observing knows who is speaking. Make sure you speak directly into a microphone so that our comments are all heard and recorded for our meeting. And this is critical given our number of remote participants, and it's also current guidance from our Kansas Attorney General. The public is allowed to participate by Zoom, submit comments by email prior to the meeting, and those comments are included in the record of our meeting, or indicate your intent to provide remote public comment by contacting our clerk's office by 5 p.m. the Thursday prior to our meeting. The public also always has an opportunity to provide comments either tonight via Zoom or in person here in the fifth floor conference room. And with that, I will call our meeting of Administration and Human Services Standing Committee to order and ask the clerk to call the roll, please.
Roll call. Hill,
Here.
Davis,
Present.
Ramirez,
Here.
Kane,
Here.
Bynum.
Here. Madam Clerk, are there any revisions to our agenda tonight?
There are no revisions.
And we have no minutes for approval, and we will move to our one item. And that is a grant for Youth Fatality Review Board via our health department. And we have members of our health department team here. And I will turn the floor to you. And thank you very much for taking time to join us tonight.
Great. Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. My name is Susan Beckman, and I am the Community Health Improvement Planner CHIP Program Supervisor. And I'm here to introduce Shelby Woodward, who is our Violence Prevention Coordinator at the Health Department. She started back in August, and she'll be introducing the item in the agenda tonight. So I'll turn it over to her. All right, like Susan said, I'm Shelby Woodward. I'm the Violence Prevention Coordinator at the Health Department. A large part
Shelby, pull your microphone closer.
will do.
Thank you.
There we go. A large part of my job is facilitating the Youth Fatality Review Committee. We have partners from many sectors, including Department of Children and Families, KCKPS, the Wyandotte Behavioral Health Network, and many others. We meet quarterly and we review deaths for people from the ages of 1 to 24, and then we provide recommendations based on those case reviews. We applied for a $70,000 grant from the National Center for Fatality Review and Prevention. A large chunk of that will go towards maintaining our HIPAA compliant data vault, which allows our partners to be secure, knowing that their documentation that they provide us for those case reviews is secure. And then the rest will go towards helping develop a recommendations process, including creating some accessible educational materials related to overdose and Narcan. And we are looking for approval to accept those funds. There is no match.
Excellent. Thank you. We like it when there's no match. Questions from our committee? Any questions from anyone online?
No hands are raised.
Thank you. Committee members, questions?
Commissioner
long?
Kane, move for approval.
Thank you, Commissioner. Is there a second?
Second, Ramirez.
And I have one question before we vote. How long have we had the Youth Fatality Review Board?
The Youth Fatality Review Board has existed since 2020, so about 3 years.
Oh, okay. And so are we hoping, I imagine, with the review board to bring down these fatalities?
Yes.
That's the goal.
We meet quarterly and we review case summaries, and that's what we've been doing for about the past 3 years. As we go forward, part of these funds will go towards developing recommendations and a clear process for those recommendations. And then those recommendations would lead to hopefully a fewer number of youth fatalities.
Thank you very much. Thanks for your work. Any further questions or comments? Clerk, is there anyone from the public wishing to address the item?
Commissioner Davis has raised his hand.
Commissioner Davis.
Thank you, Chairwoman. I'm in total support of this proposal. Maybe in a few months would be great for you all to come back and just tell us how things are going with this grant and with this process. This is a very, very important topic and things that I think we all would love to be made aware of. Thank you.
I agree. I appreciate that. I was kind of thinking the same, like at some point we could have a report of over the duration of the work of the board. Okay, thanks very much. Anything else? We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Roll call. Hill,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Ramirez,
Aye.
Kane,
Aye.
Bynum.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. That is the one and only item on our agenda tonight, which would conclude our meeting, and I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Roll call. Hill,
Aye.
Davis,
Aye.
Ramirez,
Aye.
Kane,
Aye.
Bynum.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Our standing committee meeting is adjourned. Thanks to all the staff. Really appreciate your help.